Sorry for the lack of updates. A lot of things have been going on, but here's a quick update on the silver E30 M3. This car, as you know, or if maybe I haven't let you know, this car is gonna be painted the car yellow. So full tear down, S54 swap, the car yellow. So right now it's all stripped, ready to get the body work going. Obviously we have a bunch of work to do on the engine bay. So this is where you guys can see we're gonna cover some of these holes, get rid of some of these brackets, fix some of this inner structure that isn't really visible with the body panels on. But after we finish tearing down the car, they're gonna start doing the body work. After the body work, you'll see it in primer. After primer, we'll lay down some paint. This car has already got the undercarriage repaired, which is why it's back on dollies. So it's been repaired and undercoated, sealed. It hasn't been, you know, the bottom hasn't been painted yet, but it will once we get the car to the point where we can actually start spraying and not beat it up so much. But here it is. The next few days, this thing will be ready to get its first coat of primer and then finally some paint. All right, so we are pretty much all done with this car. Besides giving it a final wash, few things just that we're gonna look over. But this is our customer Peter's E30 that you guys saw that we're working on. What we ended up doing on this car was we pulled the motor and trans out, basically the full drivetrain. Painted the engine bay. So my brother went ahead and painted the engine bay. Reassembled the stock drivetrain. Customer didn't want anything crazy. He didn't want to swap. The car's automatic. He didn't want to do a manual swap. He basically just wants to cruise in his convertible E30. We did bushings, powder coated subframes, but we also did an airlift kit and a few other small, and he did the clips tuning, 5 lug on this, Ireland Engineering, big brake kit front and rear. So it is a 5x120 on, not adapters, but on the adapter hubs, I guess you can call it, the dual drilled hubs. Engine bay didn't get much. Dressed up the motor a little, powder coated intake manifold, powder coated valve cover, Miller MAF kit with our custom intake and our airbox, our CSF radiator kit, and then this one's automatic, so we put a trans cooler in the front versus having it on the radiator. So I'll close this up. The car did just come back from getting fully PPF'd. So the customer PPF'd the whole car. Has an E36 modified front lip on the front, which is, this is on the aftermarket MTech 2 kit. The car does have genuine MTech 2 side skirts though. Then we went ahead and powder coated the rest of the trim because the body shop that had painted the car did not powder coat the trim and they had just spray painted it. It was already rubbing off. Chris over at Underrated Empire did the wheels for him. These are 18x8 in the front, I believe, and 18x9 in the rear. I'll go ahead and air it down for you guys. You can see that, just over there and record it. So there it is in all its no air glory. Obviously it's tucking more rim in the front than the rear because of the wheel arches. Didn't really pull them that much. We just did, just a slight fender roll. This is the car that our buddy George over at S-Rank did the interior on. He did the top, full leather, door panels, rocker covers. The only thing we didn't touch on this car was the carpet. We kept the tan, which I think it looks perfectly normal in there. But ordered the top so that it matched the interior. We did the all red taillights in the back. We did US filler on this one, just because I think it looks a little better than the Euro filler on this particular setup. We did a custom axle back with dual 3-inch slant the wall tips. And we also installed the sound system. Customer did want an in-dash, so it has a double din radio. We went ahead and modified the lever so it doesn't crash. But yeah, it's pretty much all done and ready to go. Don't mind the paper floor mats. We have new floor mats to go with it. And a final wash. We'll make a few adjustments here and there to the windows, things like that, and say our final goodbyes. I think the customer's gonna be happy after, waiting so long to finally have it finished, but here we are, done, and I think it looks pretty freaking cool, if you ask me.